How are you doing today, sir? I'm good. I'll take Risk of Rain, but with crab. Excellent choice, Sir Crab. Would you like ants and skulls? What do you mean, ants and skulls? I thought this game was about crabs. Howdy, folks, and welcome. I hope you're doing well. Today we'll be focusing on Crab Champions, an indie third-person shooting game. Crab Champions, and you heard that right, has you fighting through sea life, ants, and skulls. Honestly, I don't understand why we fight against any of these enemies, but it doesn't matter. This game is one of the reasons why I love gaming. Not Crab Champions itself per se, but the fact that it just exists. I love that people can play what seems to be an LSD-infused Gmod dream that somehow was enveloped by Risk of Rain. It's a true testament to indie gaming and people's creativity. I kid you not, the first 5 minutes I was actually in the game, I was wholeheartedly confused about what I had purchased. Even before that, hearing the name had me perplexed, yet intrigued. It took a friend saying the name, what the game played like, and that it had up to a 4-player co-op mode, and I was kind of sold. What I didn't expect was that this game might be one of the best weird games I've played in a long time, and it's not necessarily about what the game does, but how it feels. Now, this is very subjective, a fact I cannot argue with, but have to state. Crab Champions feels so good. From the movement to the shooting to the silliness of it all. Once I started playing, I couldn't really leave my computer until I either died or finished a run. Not many games have that ability on me. There are so many guns to unlock, ranging from dueling pistols to rocket launchers, magic wands to bubble guns. I really enjoy the diversity of weapons. It lends itself to the replayability of the game and messing around with different builds, which I always love. You have abilities too. For example, you can change your grenade to a dark hole that sucks enemies in. It was really neat. My one gripe would be the way that you unlock weapons. Now, this is an early access game, so I don't hold anything against the developers, and I'm so excited to see where this game goes. The way you unlock weapons randomly and not choosing them seems odd. I really enjoyed in other games picking and choosing which weapons and abilities I would unlock, i.e. RoboQuest, so when I found out that it was randomly selected and that you could only unlock once per run, it felt more artificial than organic. Anyways, once you do unlock weapons, it feels fantastic. I cannot express how much fun I had souping up my dual pistols to launch crazy projectiles and other wackadoo power-ups. You can honestly feel the power level of your crab getting bigger and bigger every single 7 islands. You also get to choose, sort of like Hades, which path you go down, which I enjoyed. And not only is unlocking a chest some weird primal dopamine rush from our ancestors, but choosing which island to go to next based off their chest or a minigame was fun and thought-provoking. You really had to think about the builds you were trying to pull off after a bit of time in the game. At the start, I felt like there were a lot of moving parts to the game, but once I had a few runs underneath my belt, I felt comfortable enough to make choices quickly and know how some of the enemies functioned. Now, all of this, plus early access with the devs adding more and more, would be an amazing value already. Now, add 4-player co-op, and the crabs go crabby.
Alright, eat.
I'll eat my crab.
Dead it.
Sorry. In all seriousness, having co-op in this game was so much chaotic fun. I honestly couldn't see anyone past Island 3. There was just too much going on visually, and my fingers were constantly pressing the mouse button, seeing a slew of colors on screen. The only way I knew what was happening was through Discord.
What is that?
The laughter and pure outlandishness of this game were felt by each of us. Not many games like Risk of Rain feel this good. Again, it's not really about the weapons and combos, which are cool on their own. There's just something about the way the game makes you feel that is spectacular and should be celebrated. If you enjoy roguelites and want to blast your way through hundreds of levels, getting stronger and stronger as you go, as a crab, then I would highly recommend picking up Crab Champions. I don't think you'll be disappointed. If you're not a fan of games like Risk of Rain, I'd steer clear. Regardless, Crab Champions has a special place in my heart. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch my video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a comment about what indie game you've been enjoying, leave a like, and subscribe if you haven't. If you loved the video, check out my channel. I'm sure there is something there for you. And as always, I'll see you next time.